Claressa Shields is officially cooked. Word on the street is a self-proclaimed GOAT didn't just blur the lines. She sprinted straight into homeworker headlines with a jaw-dropping secret baby plot involving Papoose that has people clutching their pearls. The internet is in absolute chaos. And no, this isn't just boxing gossip anymore. We're allegedly witnessing a marriage on the brink, a rap icon betrayed, and a legacy crumbling over what insiders are dramatically labeling a full-blown demonic obsession. Everyone swore they had Claressa Shields figured out. You know, the persona, undefeated champion, big mouth in the ring, even bigger punches to back it up. That's a story we all bought. The only smoke around her, a few rival fighters and some Twitter trolls. That was a safe narrative. But now, a shady audio leak and a flood of so-called insider tea have flipped the script into something way darker. Suddenly, this doesn't look like a champion storyline anymore. According to these leaks, we're allegedly watching a woman spiral into a chaotic, delusional disaster. The streets are whispering that Shields isn't chasing belts anymore. She's supposedly chasing another woman's husband. And not just any woman. We're talking about Remy Ma, the untouchable golden girl. The narrative has flipped from greatest woman of all time to ultimate home wrecker in record time. And the details surfacing about this alleged affair are downright nauseating. Let's talk receipts because the so-called evidence stacking up looks brutal for Shields. TMZ hasn't stamped it yet, but underground blogs' anonymous insiders are circulating audio that's genuinely unsettling. In the leak clip, the voice sounds exactly like Claressa Shields. Same rhythm, same accent, same fiery tone. And she's definitely not breaking down boxing strategy. She's allegedly going off about being a slave to sex. Let that marinate. A slave to sex. The audio quality is rough, but internet detectives went full forensic mode, dissecting every second like a crime lab episode. They analyze background sounds, vocal tones, even compare it to her post-fight interviews. And people online are swearing with 98% confidence that it's Claressa unraveling over Papoose. But wait, it gets wilder. The source behind the leak claims Shields have been carrying on a secret messy affair right under Remy Ma's nose for months. We're talking a hidden side piece setup where Shields allegedly holds zero power and zero rights. The whistleblower didn't hold back, painting her as so desperate, so thirsty for Papoose's attention that she accepted a role that would embarrass any self-respecting woman. And if that wasn't enough, rumors insist this isn't just physical, it's strategic. Yes, a baby is allegedly part of the equation. You heard that correctly. The leaks are pointing straight at a calculated secret baby plot. Fans online have officially earned detective badges, zooming into every recent photo Shields, scanning for the slightest bump, the tiniest weight shift, even dissecting her training clips to see if she's absorbing body shots differently. They're slowing footage frame by frame, magnify her midsection, whispering that she's suddenly rocking bagger outfits and moving just a little off. Internet sleuths even dug up old tweets where she mentioned one of family, then started matching timestamps of moments she was allegedly spotted in the same city as Papoose. It's chaotic. The running theory, she's allegedly plotting to trap the married rapper with a love child to secure her spot in a fractured household. And then there's the demon spirits claim. The leaked audio supposedly captures Shields confessing that she sees dark entities when she stares into the mirror. She reportedly says she can't even face a reflection without sensing darkness swallowing her soul. That's chilling. That goes way beyond simple infidelity. That sounds like spiritual warfare territory. That sounds like guilt chewing someone up from the inside out. Stack everything together. The voice comparisons, the behavioral shifts, the detailed affair whispers, and it paints a portrait of someone spiraling. The laser focus she shows inside the ring suddenly feels absent in her private world. So now we ask the real question because this is where the storyline turns ugly. Why would Claressa Shields sitting on top of the sports universe risk everything to play the side role? Let's be honest, Shields has faced heavy criticism for years. She's stacked with belts, yet the applause hasn't always matched the achievements. She's constantly demanding respect, constantly proclaiming she's a GOAT, constantly battling the feeling that the world doubts her. That kind of chip can carve out a massive void. Then you look at Remy Ma and Papoose. They're practically royalty in the culture. Stability, loyalty, a relationship that survived prison time and industry chaos. From the outside, especially for someone isolated at the top, that bond might look like the ultimate trophy. Sources insist this drama is rooted in deep jealousy. The so-called serial betrayal narrative is resurfacing. Leaks hint at a troubling pattern of broken alliances involving Shields, claiming she's burned bridges with Miss Hustle, Layla Ali, and Francine Cruz Dezern. So the question becomes, is she targeting women she envies just to dismantle them? Feels like a disaster blueprint. She saw Remy Ma, someone who welcomed her, brought her into the circle, and instead of appreciation, insiders claim envy crept in. Allegedly, she didn't just want friendship. She wanted the life, the marriage, the devoted husband. And now we arrive at the money angle, the financial scheme conspiracy. Now the rumor mill is spinning even harder, claiming this whole affair is actually a calculated setup to bleed Claressa Shields' bank account dry. One source even suggested she's allegedly paying for the luxury of being used. Let that sink in. The accusation says she thinks she's winning the man while supposedly being financially played. Reports claim she's dropping serious cash, covering flights, booking hotels, funding the secret romance, all while believing she's building a future. Meanwhile, Papoose is allegedly just collecting the benefits. If any of that holds weight, then Shields isn't a mastermind home wrecker people paint her to be. She's a target, a casualty of her own desire. That kind of downfall hits different. Imagine earning millions a ring, only to funnel your fortune into a relationship with someone else's husband. That's not just messy, that's tragic. And it allegedly gets darker. Insiders are labeling Shields delusional, claiming she genuinely believes she can replace Remy Ma. She supposedly thinks a baby would force Papoose to leave his wife. That's textbook toxic obsession, a motivation fueled by insecurity and an overwhelming need to be chosen, even if it means tearing apart family. But here's the gut punch in all of this. The person truly caught in the crossfire could be Remy Ma, and possibly an innocent child. Remy Ma's endured more than most. She served her time. She came home. She rebuilt her name. She reconstructed her family. She rarely entertains drama anymore, focusing on her peace and her paycheck. And now she allegedly finds herself in a nightmare because she trusted the wrong person. That betrayal cuts deep. Imagine welcoming someone into your world, treating her like a sister, cheering her on in a ring, only to discover she might be plotting behind your back. That kind of betrayal is visceral. It slices straight through loyalty. And if the baby rumors are true, think about the implications. A child brought into chaos as leverage. A life used as strategy to fracture a marriage. That's heartbreaking. That's a human being potentially walking into trauma before even taking a first breath. And then there's Shields herself. The leaked clips show something unsettling. Fear, fragility. When she speaks about demon spirits and being a slave to sex, there's pain in her tone. You hear someone unraveling. She may be cast as a villain, but there's tragedy in the narrative too. She's allegedly dismantling her own image, trading dignity and reputation for a situation destined to implode. You have to wonder what happens when the arena lights shut off, when the cheers fade, when she's alone. Is she staring into that mirror, unsettled by her own reflection? That level of emotional turmoil isn't something money can patch. And then comes a funeral band detail, the piece that truly makes jaws drop. According to the source, if Papoose were pass away today, heaven forbid, Claressa Shields would legally have no place at the funeral, courtesy of Remy Ma. No rights, no recognition. She'd be outside the gates. She wouldn't be mentioned in the obituary. She wouldn't ride in the family car. She would be absolutely invisible. Let's be honest, that's the harshest reality check a side piece could ever face. You can give your body, your wallet, your reputation to a man, but when life and death step into the room, you don't even make the guest list. You're a ghost. The source used that detail to underline just how powerless Claressa Shields allegedly is. She might think she's winning because she gets private moments with him, but in the eyes of the law and the public, she's reportedly a footnote in Papoose's life. Meanwhile, the internet has transformed into a full investigative unit, piecing together timelines like a documentary in the making. People are digging up interviews from 2 years ago, analyzing body language between Shields and Papoose at events. They're pausing clips saying, "Look at how she glances at him here. Notice how Remy Ma positions herself there." Commenters who were the clues were always hiding in plain sight. The extra familiarity, the way Shields would speak about black love with a little too much intensity, the way she allegedly inserted herself into their dynamic. And that slave to sex statement deserves another look. That phrase carries weight. It suggests addiction. It signals loss of control. It hints that Shields may not be operating from logic, but impulse. It paints a picture of someone chasing a thrill that's slowly tearing down everything she built. Suddenly, her career feels different. Is that aggression in the ring a release for the chaos in her private life? Is she battling opponents? Or is she fighting something much darker inside herself? The demonic mirror narrative isn't just tabloid drama. It might be the most telling psychological clue in this entire saga. Now, circle back to the money because that alleged financial scheme angle is wild. Let's talk about the economics of being the side piece when you're also the breadwinner. Traditionally, the wealthy man fund the affair. But here, Whisper suggests Shields is the one footing the bill. She's allegedly the sponsor if she's really covering flights, hotels, and lavish gifts just to keep Papoose's attention. That a desperation that's painful to witness. She would essentially be paying for her own disrespect. Paying to remain hidden. And think about the brand impact. Shields has built her image on strength, independence, dominance. The self-proclaimed GW, the role model for young girls. How does that image survive a scandal like this? How do you preach empowerment while being accused of dismantling another woman's marriage? Sponsors are watching closely. Networks are watching closely. If the baby rumor gains confirmation or undeniable proof of an affair surfaces, endorsement deals could disappear overnight. We're talking millions potentially hanging in the balance. And socially, the fallout could be brutal. The culture does not play about Remy Ma. She's admired. She's respected as a survivor. If Shields is ultimately framed as a villain, she might as well prepare for exile from every cookout invitation in the country. The backlash is already bubbling in comment sections. Words like wicked, trash, and disgusting are flying around. That earlier betrayal narrative, involving Miss Hustle and Layla Ali resurfaces, painting a pattern of fractured female relationships. It suggests that Shields might see other women as rivals instead of allies, whether inside the ring or within a marriage dynamic. The narrative implies she always needs to win, but that competitive mindset becomes toxic when transferred to real life. And this situation may be bigger than one messy rumor. It's a cautionary tale about unchecked ego and spiritual emptiness, dismantling even the most successful figures. The deeper conversation is about achieving everything yet still feeling hollow. Shield has gold medals. She has championship belts. She has fame and recognition. Yet, according to this narrative, none of it filled the void. When you constantly inflate your ego and convince yourself you're untouchable, you start believing rules don't apply. You begin thinking you can claim whatever and whoever you desire. This entire scandal also serves as a warning about side chick culture. It's glamorized in music videos and television plots. Its package is edgy and exciting, but this is the real-world consequence. The reality, the funeral band. The reality, the demon spirits. The reality hiding in the shadows while the wife basks in the light. Claressa's Shield situation is as wild as it gets. But it's also a dire warning for anyone chasing what isn't theirs. The more you pursue it, the more you lose yourself. You're not just wrecking a home. You're dismantling your own soul. And let's not ignore internet culture. Fans transformed into digital detectives, analyzing voice prints, scrutinizing baby bumps. Nothing stays private anymore. If you're sneaky in the dark, the internet will drag it into the light. No secrets arrive. Shields thought she was slick, moving unseen, but millions of eyes noticed. They saw the shifts. They felt the pain. And now she's exposed. So where does that leave us? Is Claressa's Shields career finished? If the demon spirit's rant is real, she needs help, not a fight. Therapy, not another training camp. If she's pregnant, it changes her entire trajectory. A baby tied to Papoose links permanently to Remy Ma. A messy connection that never disappears. And what about Remy? She's not someone to toy with. History tells us she doesn't tolerate disrespect. If she chooses to speak to release her own receipts, it could bury Shields' reputation 6 feet under. Will Papoose break his silence, deny it, or let the deafening quiet speak for him? Speculation is swirling that Shields teeters on the edge of a public meltdown. Pressure is mounting. Leaks intensify. That funeral band story, a brutal humiliation tactic designed to put her in check. We could be watching the final collapse of the GWA's public image. from champion to home wrecker, hero to villain. It's a tragic arc allegedly panned by our own choices. Stay locked in. This story is only escalating. More details are emerging, clues are surfacing, and rumors hint at a video leak next. If that drops, it's game over. Drop your theories in the comments. Is Claressa Shields really pregnant by Papoose? Is that voice in the audio actually hers? And will Remy mast if it's true? I want your thoughts on the demon spirits comment. Guilt or something darker? Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to catch every twist. Thanks for riding this wave with me. Stay alert, protect your energy, and remember, everything hidden in the dark eventually sees the